Well, hello everybody. It's Dr. Jamnadas again from Orlando and Aristotle Education. And I hope you all have been enjoying those videos. And today, what I want to talk about is dinner, because dinner is so important for us. Most of us are only eating once a day nowadays. And perhaps you're having a small lunch, but you all know that we're not supposed to be feasting all day long. That time-restricted feeding pattern is very important. So then when you are eating, it's important to know what you're supposed to be eating. So today, to cut to the chase, I'm going to tell you about the things that you should be eating for dinner and what you should not be eating for dinner, because dinner has become your most important meal. For most of us, of course, we have lunch and we're busy, we're running around, and sometimes the convenience in lunch means going through a drive-through or eating something very quickly at the workplace. Not often the best thing in the world. And we've talked about lunch before, but dinner, you have no excuse. There's no rush. You've come home now. Plan this. This is supposed to be an event. You're getting together with your family. It's usually the only time when everybody gets together. You've got to make an event out of it. People who eat together can communicate together, can share things together. Not only the food, but it's been shown that when you have dinner together, that family benefits not only health, but also mentally as well. They stick together. Dinner is an event. Don't ignore it. Make a big thing out of it. So today, I want to tell you that you need to plan for the dinner. We're going to talk about dinner. And of course, the recipes and all the ways to cook these foods are beyond my expertise. And that's why we have people like Dr. Taylor, who talks to everybody about how to cook up these foods and how to prepare these foods for you. So all I'm going to do really is to tell you that, look, dinner is the most important meal for most people. And I always tell you that you need to fast, of course, time-restricted feeding, but you need to feast. This is your feast. And if you're going to feast, you're going to make a big thing out of it. You know that I have no calorie restrictions when you are eating your one meal or your one of two meals in the day. There's no portion control. What am I looking for? Quality of food. I want real food, not junk food. I don't want a product. I want you to feast on food. So we must feast, not small portions. Eat till you're content. Get off the table, you feel like you've had a good meal. And it has to be nutrient-dense food. When you eat foods that are not nutrient-dense, when you eat these products that are now available, you're always going to be hungry. And then guess what? You're going back into the pantry at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night and taking more snacks and more late-night foods. And that's just going to destroy your metabolism. It's going to destroy your sleep as well. So you got to make time for the one time of the day when you are having most of your nutrition, and that's your dinner. So cut right into it. These foods that are on the left-hand side, and of course, these are just a sample of the few things that I've picked up. This is not food, okay? This is convenience. This is products. They come in a box. Sometimes you can make them, but this is not food. This is nutrient poor. It doesn't have any nutrients. You're supposed to have a variety of minerals in your food, vitamins in your food. Okay, all we talk about is calories. No, where are the minerals? Where are the spices? Where are the polyphenols? Where are the phytonutrients? That's the type of thing we're looking for. Remember, I told you that food, if you leave it outside, it's going to get rotten real fast because the microbiome is already on the food. It comes packaged. Did you know that every vegetable, every fruit is pre-packaged in nature with its own microbiome on it? Comes ready-made. And that microbiome, when the time is right, will decay that food. That entire combination is what we want to eat. That's called food. It's packaged, complete. It's got the nutrients, it's got the fiber. Why is the fiber important? Because it's not for you, it's for your bacteria. Well, there's no fiber in all of this. So let's look at some of these convenience foods. Sometimes we see that they come in packages like this, they're frozen, and you just take them out and you put them in the microwave or your regular oven. And I'm telling you, they may look good and the pictures look really lovely and nutrition, but I'm telling you this is not nutrition because there's about 20 lines of ingredients in here and there's a big label on it. That label is a warning label. All it talks about is calories and talks about the macro contents of sugar. In any event, it's got 13 grams of sugar added to this. 13 grams. There's going to be 4 teaspoons of sugar already added into this, okay? And it's got 0 vitamins. It's got 0 minerals in it. It's got 6 grams of fat, and it has sodium, 460 milligrams. But basically, this is a product. This is not real food. So I don't like products. Whatever man does to the food creates something else, becomes a product. They take away things, they add things. There's preservatives, there's emulsifiers added over here. There's modified cornstarch, and there is natural flavors, and there is all sorts of sodium phosphates, flavorings added, colorings added, emulsifiers already mentioned. They're not normal. These are chemicals. Chemicals. The chemicals that should not be consumed. You want to consume nature. You came out of nature. You are made up of pieces of nature. Eat nature. This is not nature. I don't find this on bushes. Find one of these on a bush, then you can eat it. Find it on a tree, bring it down, eat it. That's no problem. So here we have this convenience food. For example, this is grilled cheese. Generally speaking, I have no problem with cheese. But the bread, this is not dinner. This can be a little snack. When? When would you do a snack? When you have nothing else. Children live on grilled cheese all the time. We talked about children before. This should be a once in a blue moon snack. And that's all it's worth. It's not supposed to be a meal. Take this one here. Another example. Very convenient. It already comes with everything. You just grab the whole thing and just eat it. This is a product. The meat inside, the DNA of this hamburger comes from 100 different cows. You want to eat 100 different cows, a little piece of each one? That's not nutrition. That's not food. That's not how it's supposed to be. A hunter doesn't go out and kill 100 cows and eats little pieces of each one. Okay? He'll kill one animal, one cow, and he'll eat that. That's it. But not 100 cows. And of course, there's a bottle of a soft drink over here. This thing's full of sugar, additives, colorings. We already talked about it. This is not supposed to be part of your dinner. You should have some lubricant. Of course, you can have water, filtered water. That's what you put in here. Or mineral water, right? Sparkling water. But not a chemical. This is a chemical. This belongs in a chemistry laboratory, not on your table. And then, here we go. We have lots and lots of processed foods. This is pasta, spaghetti. It's just empty calories. We talked about it before. It's just going to give you calories only. It's going to give you a bunch of carbohydrates. It's going to spike your insulin level, and you're going to be hungry within 3 hours. You'll be hungry again because you're going to get that huge increase in your insulin level, and your insulin is going to drop your sugar levels 2.5 hours later, and then guess what? You're back in the pantry because this is not going to satisfy you. You're not going to feel that you've had your meal because it's an incomplete meal. The body knows it, and the biochemistry changes. All these foods are not just giving you nutrition, they're sending signals to your body, chemical signals, your physiology, your response, your hormones, your secretion, your vasodilation, vasoconstriction in your gut. Everything changes according to what goes in. Your body knows the difference. Now, your body doesn't come out and talk to you, but it will talk to you in your physiology. You will age faster. You'll get all the chronic diseases. You will mentally not function properly. You know, we talk about mental disease, and I just want to throw this in here. You eat the right foods, and your mind gets the nutrition that it needs, because ultimately, the brain is the #1 consumer of all the energy in the body. Well, it's not just burning energy, it also needs micronutrients. So if you want optimum brain function for yourself and for your family, you need to fuel the body right. It's not just the calories. They say, oh, yes, the brain consumes 20% of all the calories. No, excuse me. It also consumes most of the micronutrients in your body too. All that magnesium, all the minerals, the trace elements, everything's needed to make your amazing computer up here work properly. So when children or adults are not having the best day, perhaps it's because they didn't fuel themselves right. If you fuel yourself right, you will mentally and physically feel better. So I throw all that in because it's all part and parcel. I mean, why eat? I eat not just to stay alive. I eat because I want to be optimal. I want to be the best that I can possibly be. That's why I eat. I don't eat just to survive. This is survival food. This is purely survival food. And don't tell me that we are all in survival mode. You are not in a survival mode. And if you think you are, then you have a problem and you need to make a change today. Because we are not in a survival mode. Guys, we want to be optimal. We have this opportunity. We have to make it happen. We can make it happen. It takes a little bit of planning, a little bit of education, and then you watch the difference. Oh my goodness, you'll see the perfect thing happening. You'll blossom into this amazing being. You'll be optimal, and you'll never want to go back to your old ways. Promise you that. Take this thing. It's in a box, first of all. I already told you these things come in a box. No good. Full of additives. Again, here there's about 20 lines of additives in here with all sorts of chemicals that have been added to make this thing last, to make it survive the refrigerator or the freezer, and then, of course, sit on your plate. And I promise you, if you left it on your plate, it'll look like that 3 days from now. It'll make the pictures look really pretty. And I got to give it to them. It's really awesome looking, but it's not awesome in your body. Not at all. So let us transition from survival food to real food for optimization of your biochemistry, your hormones, your chemicals, your functioning, body and mind combined. So let's look at some of the things. Now, this is, of course, an incomplete list and demonstration of foods. Basically, this is real food. This is what we're supposed to be eating, not products. This is nutrient-dense food. This is food that looks like that in nature. If it looks like that in nature, now it's on your plate, now you've got some food. So, you know, this is such a huge variety of this, and every culture has their foods. And every culture has their natural foods, whole foods, real foods. So this is just a snippet of what I want to show you all. But all this can be prepared. This can be done for dinner. You buy it ahead of time, keep it in your refrigerator. As I said before, look, you got to shop more frequently. Going to the supermarket once in 2 weeks, and I know people who actually do that. Guys, you're only going to get products if you're going to buy food once every 2 weeks. You need to go more frequently to buy foods. And you need to shop in the periphery where you're going to find all this in your supermarket. You follow the inner aisles and you're going to get survival food. That's where they keep the food, in the inner aisles. Real food is on the perimeter. Watch, go shopping, you'll notice it. So look at this. We have some chicken, and this can be prepared in so many different ways. And oh yes, Manisha is so good at all these things. And then we have red meats here, and we're going to have lots of menus for all of you later on. But this is real food. This is the most nutrient-dense food that you can find. And yes, people will say, well, it comes with fat. Well, this fat naturally comes with the food itself, and this fat is not harmful for you. Yes, your LDL will go up when you eat more red meat, but this is not the kind of LDL that you need to be all scared about. This is real food. Your LDL will go up, a healthy LDL, not the small dense particles, the stuff that I treat in my practice that causes atherosclerosis, the damaged LDL particles. Total LDL does go up, but it's large particles, and there you go. This is what's doing it, and that's absolutely okay. Same thing with this chicken. This is absolutely okay. This is so nutritious for you if you are not a vegetarian. We have salmon, of course, as an example. And look at your fish and buy your fish and make sure that you're getting good quality fish, of course. But the due diligence that you're going to do on shopping right over here is going to pay off, has great dividends in how you feel, how you age. How you age. We have an epidemic of premature aging, guys. So this is not just about being perfectly healthy and functioning, it's also about anti-aging. It all wraps in. You want an anti-aging program? Then you need to cut out all processed foods, all sugar, unnecessary carbohydrates, and do time-restricted feeding. Feed your microbiome. Get the fiber in. And that is the number one anti-aging thing you can do. It beats everything else. You can go and buy expensive supplements for anti-aging. You have anti-aging foods right here, right here. Look at the colors. You got orange, yellow, green. And okay, so here we go. We have some frozen vegetables. These frozen vegetables, nothing wrong with them. They're frozen. Get them out of the freezer, and then you can do whatever you want with these. You can steam them, you can put it in a wok, you can spice them up, but you're going to get such a variety of fiber. You see, fiber mustn't only come from one source. Different kinds of fiber foster the growth of different types of bacteria in your gut. So we all know that the microbiome is important. This is food for my bacteria and me. Survival food is only going to give me calories, and it's going to foster the growth of certain bacteria in my gut that love sugar, because we have bacteria in us that love sugar as well. So those bacteria will flourish, not the good guys. The good guys, they eat fiber, and you want to invite those people to your party. Your feast needs to be shared with the good bacteria. So you invite the good bacteria in your gut by eating real food. You eat processed foods, those bacteria are not going to come and reside in you. You need the bacteria in your gut, because they are the guys that are going to produce the postbiotics. Those are the chemicals that those bacteria produce. And those products get into your bloodstream. And up to 50% of the micronutrients in your body are actually coming from the products of metabolism of the bacteria in your gut. These bacteria are so important, not only for that, but of course the integrity of your gut and the mucosa in your gut. But you got to eat for your microbiome. This is eating for your microbiome as well. So I've done lots of videos on microbiome, but this is my microbiome food. There you go. My carrots and my broccoli, and I've got some onions in here, peppers, and look at all these colors that I got in here. I got the peppers, yellow, orange, red. These are phytonutrients, also known as polyphenols. These polyphenols are antioxidants. You hear all these things. But you know who really benefits from these? Is your microbiome. So you're changing yourself, you're changing your microbiome. This only gives you calories. This is going to feed you, change your microbiome completely, because you're eating for two. I'm eating for two, but I'm not pregnant. But I have a beautiful microbiome in me, right? And I nurture my microbiome. And I don't destroy my microbiome. I don't take unnecessary chemicals, colorings, emulsifiers, and I give my microbiome the fiber and the phytonutrients that they need. So here we go. So here's garlic. You know, I tell you all to take inulin supplements because we don't get enough fiber in our diet. Where do they make inulin from? They make inulin from garlic. This is full of soluble fiber. Plus, it's got lots and lots of other chemicals in here. One of the things that I've recently found is black aged garlic. Oh, I tell you, that stuff is amazing. But basically, this is a real food. It's the whole thing. It's not processed. It's the whole thing. So when I eat my Italian meals, I'll often put one of these in my oven. And when they all come out, it's one of the most amazing things that you can possibly eat. So, but this is just a snippet to show you that you take real foods, garlic, ginger, and then you got your peppers. And look at this here. This is what carrots are supposed to look like. Look how amazing. And you can actually smell the earth in here. So this thing's got its microbiome already on it, like I mentioned before. So how would I cook this? Well, obviously, I'll take off the ends over here, and then I'll wash this. I'll wash it. And when I wash it off, some microbiome will still stay on it. And I won't sterilize it completely. So what I'll do is I'll wash it thoroughly. Sometimes I use a little bit of 50-50 with vinegar, okay, white vinegar. And sometimes we can also use hydrogen peroxide. So there you go. But basically, here it is in its intact form. And have you ever wondered how a carrot is in the soil, and the soil has millions and millions of bacteria in it, and yet when you take this out, this is not rotten, it's perfectly okay. It's because it has chemicals in here that actually can counteract bad bacteria. That is why eating carrots is so healthy for your gut. It's not just the fiber, it's not just the carotenoids in it. It's got a whole bunch of other chemicals which we don't even know about, and how it's able to survive in the soil. All I know is that it's mysterious food, it's real food, and I'm not going to try to figure everything out about it. I'm going to eat it. So there it goes. Yeah. Look at this here. This is a squash, and it's in season, and you can make all sorts of things out of this. And we can use it as a spaghetti. You can make soup out of this. We have potatoes, and we have rice. Now, there's starch. And you all know about resistant starch. I already told you how to make resistant starch many times. Soak it in water, let the water run off. The next day, you take all that rice and you cook it in lots of water, decant the water again. Now your rice is ready, but don't eat it. Put it in the refrigerator and then eat it the next day. That's going to make it into resistant starch. You'll find that the starch molecules bind each other so that when you then consume it the next day, the starch is not absorbed in your small intestine. It's resistant starch. It makes its way all the way down to the colon. Why is it so important? Because they got a meeting in the colon with my microbiome. So again, yes, I'm going to get the benefit of the rice and the calories that's in it for me, and some of the minerals and some of the vitamins, but the starch I'm going to share with my microbiome. I'm going to share it. So this is going to be resistant starch. So all the resistant starch has to make its way down to the colon, because, as I said, real food feeds you and your microbiome. Real food is medicinal. Real food. I want to talk about these spices, because spices are not just for taste. Of course, they're going to give you great taste, but these are all medicinal. Take turmeric, parsley, or any of these, cloves, sage, cilantro. So when you cook your meat, for example, and you take real cilantro, the fresh one, and you sprinkle it all over it, or you're taking your basil leaves and you put it on it, it's not just for the taste. For each type of food, there's a pairing of your spices, and those spices change your food for the better. And for example, if you take black pepper increases the absorption of certain micronutrients. So that is why certain foods, you want to put black pepper in it. Even my egg, for example, I sprinkle lots of black pepper in it, because a lot of the micronutrients will not be absorbed in my liver unless there's black pepper also there. Black pepper increases the absorption of micronutrients into your body. People don't know that. They think spices were just spices, good for the tongue. It's not just good for the tongue. It's good for my liver. This increases my bioavailability of my food. Bioavailability. That means, yes, it's there. Am I going to be putting it into my body? Yes. Put the spices on it. It will. All of these spices count as one vegetable. And you know that you're supposed to have 30 servings of vegetables a week. Well, if you put a little bit of sage and parsley in there, and you put some turmeric on there as you were marinating your meat, and you throw some peppers in there, and then you got these peppers here, and you got all these mixed vegetables, start counting. Start counting. You already have 10 vegetables, 10 plant foods in your diet, just in that one meal. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you'll do something else a little bit different, and you're going to get another 10. By the end of the week, it's not going to be 30. You're going to be consuming 50 different types of plants. Variety is the spice of life. You need a variety of food, not this monotonous, absolutely dead food. Monotonous. monotonous, doesn't have any variety in it. It has no depth in it. It's all dead food made up of limited ingredients. Here you got ingredients that, as I already told you, I don't know what's in here. But all I know is it's got thousands and thousands of beautiful chemicals in here, which I can't even name. That is empty. I can name all those chemicals in there and products in there. So you want foods that are so complex that we really don't understand them, but we do know that it has a huge effect on your physiology. It has a huge effect on my hormones. This is not going to stimulate my insulin. I already mentioned insulin so many times because that is one of the biggest problems we have. Today, we have an epidemic of hyperinsulinism. That means you're making too much insulin. Insulin is a growth hormone because it's a growth factor. It causes smooth muscle proliferation. It causes vasoconstriction, nitric oxide depletion, promotes coronary artery disease, hypertension, obesity, fatty liver, mental fog, just name it. We have an epidemic of it right now. Even though the hemoglobin A1C is good, the insulin levels are really sky high and it's driving metabolic disease. This here is your insulin stimulation center, okay? This, you want to boost your insulin levels, you got it right here. Everything here will boost your insulin levels. That's why you're going to be hungry 3 hours later also, and it partitions all your calories into storage. You eat this, 50% of the calories are all going to go into storage. Here you have low insulin stimulation. Now, all the nutrients here and all the calories, if you're talking about calories, are available to you. How are you going to feel if 50% of your calories are being partitioned away into storage? Here, they're all available. So now all my light bulbs are working. I have the full availability of all my nutrition. Why should I partition away half of my nutrition? It's insulin. Don't stimulate your insulin. This is the way to, and have insulin sensitivity. So you're not nibbling all day long. So when you do sit down and feast, this is my feast. I am insulin sensitive. I will not make too much insulin. And that's what you want. Now, what does the body do with excess calories when you eat them here? Oh, doc, I'm going to put on weight. No, you're not, because you have low insulin level. When you have low insulin level, even though this meal may contain 2,000 calories all in one meal, let's say, which it's not going to, but let's say you consume 2,000 calories. In a low insulin state, you will not partition away your calories. What you're going to do is the body will use the calories that it needs, and then the brown cells, the brown fat cells, they will spin off the energy. And the brown cells are located in your chest cavity. These are fat cells, and the mitochondria in them give it the brown look, and the mitochondria burns off that excess calories. This is a well-known fact. So people say, what, the body is wasting its energy? It's not wasting it. It's actually refining it. So you will get the full benefit of not storing away everything. Your physiology is spared. Your insulin levels are nice and low. You don't get the fatty liver. You don't get that bad physiology because of high insulin stimulation. So what more would I want? Low insulin state, high nutrition state. Nutrient-dense food, complex fiber, clean water, mineralized water. Love that because I love my minerals. These are fantastic. And when I get off the table here, I'm done. I am a king because I just had a feast. You deserve it. You deserve it. So at the end of the day, this is the kind of dinner you want to have. Prepared. It doesn't take long actually to make this. It takes a determination on your part to say that you deserve it. Do you deserve better physiology? Do you deserve a better body? Do you deserve better health? Do you deserve a better mind? I wish I was a little sharper. I wish, oh, I'm forgetting things. Do you want to change all this? Yes. Then this is it, right here. The answer is here. I don't have pills for you for that. There's no substitute. This is what we need to do. So folks, I encourage you all to go out and find these foods. They're all available on the perimeter. The only thing on the inside are going to be the spices, okay? So I'll let you go in the inside aisles to get your spices, load up on spices, get everything else from your perimeter, and let's have a feast. We deserve it. We deserve it, especially here now. We deserve it now. Ourselves, our friends, and our children. So we will have an optimal life. So please enjoy the menus that we will post later on and have a fabulous feast. So if you really like this video, here's another one that I think you'll really enjoy. And if you want to see one of my latest videos, click over here. And of course, don't forget to go to my website where you will see lots of educational resources and find out how you can arrange or book a consultation with me.